UTSA softball coach Vann Stuedeman's weekly media availability. The
Recording
week of
in
February
progress.
24th, 2025. On camera left, we have Skylar Rucker. On camera right, Kaylee Olivares. Coach, if you could start us off with an opening statement.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time spent with us this morning. Looking forward to a warm week of softball this week. Thought we gutted out some pretty intense conditions on Thursday and Saturday, with the weather being just unseasonably cold here in San Antonio. It was fun to be able to grit out those two wins. Sunday against Sam Houston, really good defensive team that they made all the great plays and didn't give us an opportunity to break through. And anytime that we did, they grabbed a play. Maddie Hornback had a shot in the left center gap, and the left fielder just made a beautiful catch to end the inning. And you tip your hat to that, and it's a great hit, and it's a great play, and it's great softball, which is always fun. Looking for us to figure out a way to grit out some wins when we play against an opponent that puts up solid defense.
Sabrina, you've really taken control of the leadoff spot in the lineup. What does it mean to come in as a freshman and to have Vann Stuedeman put that much trust in you so early?
It means a lot to me, honestly, to know that I have an entire coaching staff and a team that trusts in me and in my abilities. It's really given me confidence, and it allows me to go up there and just do my best for the team and have faith in myself.
Kaylee, you had a 0 ERA over the weekend, 2 wins and 3 appearances, 5 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, all out of the bullpen. But what I'm curious about is, how does the team stay locked in when they're battling the weather and you don't even necessarily know if you're going to be able to play that day to get going and get some outs?
I honestly think that it doesn't really affect us. Like, we're all out there, we want to play the game, and like the weather's just something that comes with it, and we don't let it bother us.
All right, we'll open it up to questions using the raise hand function. Sean, you can start us off.
Coach, looking at this year's team compared to last year's team, they appear much more serious, but they also appear to be having much more fun. And I know people may not think those things go together, but that's really what you're looking for, isn't it?
Right. I think it's important that we are able to remain loose, and I think that's why you see them enjoying each other. And I think that the team actually really, really likes each other, and they enjoy being around each other. So then that creates a more fun, invested environment. And I think that's what you're seeing and alluding to, Sean. I do think it's important that they put so much pressure on themselves mentally, and the atmosphere needs to be conducive for success, and because that they are putting so much pressure on themselves to perform, around them needs to be confidence, feeling energetic. I know one time in the game that Sabrina walked off against St. Thomas, Lindsey Davis in front of her got drilled by a pitch, and Lindsey turned around and threw her bat and was like, "Come on!" and a lot of power and a lot of enthusiasm, and in Sabrina's terminology, that low key fired her up. That's what she would say. I think that's what low key got me hype. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Low key got me hype. So I think that this team wants to win, and we're learning that fine balance of being serious and locked in, but also being able to trust each other. I think relaxed and fun comes from confidence, and being able to learn how that relationship corresponds is part of softball maturity, which I talk about a good bit. So it's fun to see that happening, but I think it boils down to that they really enjoy being around each other, and they're enjoying softball. I would like to allude that to Sabrina. In the fall, we were doing something really hard, and I looked out at Sabrina, and she just has this big old smile on her face, and she just loves softball, and she loves competing, and the challenge of that didn't scare her away. It excited her, and she's bringing that. It's not just her. There's some others, but it was. I remember that point, that day very vividly in the fall, and I made a point to say, I mean, she's having a great time. She loves the sport. She loves the game, and so what if it's hard and it's challenging? That's going to make us better, and I think attitudes and mindsets like that is what is going to help us continue to build brick on top of brick on top of brick.
John?
Coach, can you speak to what about both of these players who are with you this morning, how they came on your radar and why you felt they'd be a great fit for UTSA?
Well, Sabrina was actually recruited and committed to the previous coaching staff. I know her summer ball coach, so when I took the job, he immediately called and said, hey, it was her, Skylar Rucker, and Ava Eldridge were all on the same club ball team, and he called us and said, hey, are they safe? And I said, absolutely. We're going to honor the commitments that the previous coaching staff had given. I just, it's not their fault that, things changed here. And it's been a pleasant surprise. We made sure we got out to see them play, and we knew that they were going to be very helpful to this changeover of the new Roadrunners. And then Kaylee, I'm trying to remember who. I think Coach Smith knew Kaylee, had seen her play. One of the first things I wanted to do was make sure I got somebody that had junior college Texas ties and had been recruiting hard in Texas before I got here. So she kind of had an in and knew that Kaylee was a good pitcher. And then she had also played in the Bombers organization, which we're very connected with. Scott Smith runs the Bombers organization, and he is a UTSA grad, and his daughter played softball here, and his son also graduated from UTSA. And then we have Kat Osterman's husband is our assistant men's golf coach, and she's very connected and helps run the Bombers organization. So we had a lot of contact with that organization and with Kaylee. So the two of us, Tori and I, got in the car and drove over to Hallettsville. We may or may not have stopped at Shiner on the way and on the way back, but went over, watched her throw a little bit. She had a team practice. Her high school team was out, and they watched her throw a little bit, and we were like, heck yes, and excited about getting her. And she's had state championship experience playing late into the finals of the state championship, and that was important to us. Playing in a good summer ball organization was good to important to us. And anytime you can add a good arm, you're trying to grab that up. So we were fortunate to be able to get her, and it was sort of late. So we were thankful that she said yes.
Eric?
My question, Coach, how would you describe the identity of this team for people that maybe haven't watched their team play? How would you describe the identity of this team in 2025?
Well, we never go away. We are relentless, and it seems like we are fighting until the last pitch, and that's a testament in the 2-1 win against St. Thomas on Saturday. It was literally bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes, and we hit a game winner. Sabrina hit a game winner up the middle. We scored from second, and conditions were bad. The center fielder was in. I had Kaylee Rochinsky at second base, and she bobbled it, and she scored from second. So, that is an important part of being a Roadrunner, and I think everybody is familiar with how we say pluck 'em, and that's a Roadrunner characteristic. It's pluck and grit is what makes a Roadrunner a Roadrunner. He fights off rattlesnakes. And that is the identity that we are trying to cultivate, that we do not go away. We are relentlessly competitive, and you're going to have to deal with us from pitch 1 to pitch 101 or 201 or how many ever that is. And I think you're starting to see that early, that we are gritty and we have pluck, and we're gonna fight, and that's ultimately all as a coach that I can ask for, is that we never go away, that we compete hard, and expect to win.
Yeah.
Kaylee, my question's for you. What do you feel like has clicked over the last 2 weeks for you to be so successful?
I think my confidence mainly, like coming in as a freshman, I was real nervous, like to be put out there on the mound. It's like, it's the same sport you've been playing for all these years, but it's different. Just mentally, it's just different. So just mainly my confidence has changed, and I think that's helped me a lot with my pitching.
Sean?
Coach, could you tell us what UWO means, and then for each of the players, if you could say what that means for you?
I was looking to see if they had a shirt on that said it. Us, we, and ours. UWO. Us, we, and ours. I feel like this day and age, it's really all about what can I get. What's in it for me as an individual. And I think it's important that we understand that this is a team sport, and we need each other to be successful. The pitcher is only as successful as the outfielder who makes the play, or as the shortstop who rolls the double play. And the offensive player is only as good as the person in front of them or behind them protecting them in the lineup. And it was a big point of emphasis from day one, us, we, ours, that we were focused on each other. Yes, we want to invest in ourselves and our game first. That's important, because if anybody's going to invest in you, you're probably going to invest in yourself more than anybody else. But with that being said, we need to invest in each other, and we talk about teaching as a higher level of learning. So everybody is a little bit responsible for the person next to them and around them, and that is a big message that we are trying to teach. I think it takes you beyond softball, and as we all know, as employees of having jobs, it's duties as otherwise assigned, and being somebody that is willing to do something maybe that isn't in your job description, and I think that's what we're trying to teach here. But just a focus of it's not all about me. And how can I help us? How can I help? How can we make it a we? And this is our team and nobody else's.
And for both of the student athletes, if you could kind of talk about that UWO and what it means to you.
For me, I'd say it's like the bare minimum, and it's a really big standard for us. We value it. We bring it up like every single day in practice. And it's not even just about like the 9 on the field. It involves everyone on the team. Like the other day, one of our girls, Kaiten, was called out because she's very good at pit calling. She's extremely helpful in the dugout. She's always on dugout intent. She's really good about giving us our stuff when we go out on the field after being on offense. And I think it's just really important that everyone like knows that they have a job. Everyone's role is important no matter where they are on the field or off the field. Just little things like that is really like united, and that's one of our main things that we talk about as a team. You can't play this game like one-on-one. You have to play it together, and I think that's why with us being so close as a team, it's really helpful, because if you have a team that's separated, you're not going to get anywhere. So just holding those standards and having that as a bare minimum is really important to us.
Sorry. For me, it's more like sorry, I lost my train of thought. For me, it's like helping each other out. So like from a pitching side, like our pitching staff, it can't just be one of us. It takes all of us to be able to accomplish. Like during this last game, it took 4 of us to be able to get through the whole game. And it's just setting each other up for success. Like we all have different, we all bring different aspects to the team, and putting them all together just helps the whole team as a whole and makes us better.
Eric?
I got a couple questions. First for Coach. Coach, you got a busy week this week scheduling-wise. Go on the road for the midweek, and then you host a tournament with Boise State, who's ranked in the D1 mid-major top 25. Houston's off to a pretty good start, and Lemoyne. Just take me through the philosophy there and how you were able to get, for example, Boise and Houston to come here a week before conference play starts.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have, San Antonio is a great city, and I don't believe we've been hosting tournaments in the past, so people are eager to come here. We have great weather. We have a great city, and UTSA softball is on the rise. Going to be a place it's going to be a place to come to play all the time. Matter of fact, I have 3 tournaments full already for next season. This is, Texas. Everybody knows Texas is a hotbed for softball, and it's a shame that we haven't had all these people down here already. And exciting, I am very excited about having them. The philosophy with that is one. I wanted to start off with, a field of teams that I thought we could handle, or at least learn how to win the late innings, and then ramp up as we move towards conference play. So you've seen that a little bit in that we went the second weekend to play Southeastern Louisiana, who obviously had a great run last year, and then had a hard, tough weekend this weekend, and they, I think, very close one-run ball games with Florida State and somebody else. I can't remember, but, trying to add in the pieces of what we will see in the conference. And so as we head into conference play here, we will see Boise and Houston will probably, help give us a little bit of a look of what we're going to expect into the conference season. I'm really thrilled. Boise jumped on right off the bat, and Houston, we went to their place last year, so she's returning that. And then we have Lemoyne coming down, and I just think it's a great place to play softball, and I think I'm gonna continue to bring in teams. Next year, the first weekend of the season, I have verbal Nebraska, Washington, and Texas. So people want to come here. It's a great city. It's a great ballpark to play in. We're 200 feet all the way around, so you can get your home runs if you want to. Sorry about that. And I am the pitching coach, so I it hurts, and but we know that we have an advantage there, and we obviously have a lot of down ball pitchers because of it. But I'm excited about the opportunity to host. It keeps us at home, a home field advantage. Our fans are awesome, and we sell out our we're going to have to, a friend of mine came to the game, and after the game he said, y'all are going to need more stands. And I said, yeah, we are. And that's the way it should be. It's Texas softball, and everybody knows Texas is a great place to play softball, and San Antonio is a great place to play softball. UTSA is a great place to play softball.
And then real quick, for the players, what's it like playing for Coach? You just heard her. She likes to play the best teams in the country to bring them in. What's it like playing for her and facing this good competition like you're going to face this week?
It's really nice. I think especially her mentality and her mindset, like wanting us to face the best and like go up against that. I love that. I want to see like how good we can do against teams like that, and especially going into conference, like I think it's really good at preparing us, and I think she knows, but she also expects the best for us, and she's not afraid to like tell us like that you should expect more, and like we should be relentless, and we need to want more for ourselves and for our team. And she's not just going to hold us to a bare minimum. She's going to keep pushing us to be better. So I think it's really nice to be coached under her, and I think it's also nice that she has so much faith in both of us.
I think I'm sorry. I think it's nice that she believes in us, and like she wants us to face these teams. Like she believes like we are just as good as them. We can compete at the same level as they are, no matter what conference we're in. And just having like her believing in us, I think as a team, we use that and build off of that. So when we go and play them, we put our best out there to do our best.
Sean?
Coach, I know Sabrina has played in the leadoff spot in high school as well, but what about her game has given you the confidence as a freshman to put her in that leadoff spot, and what are you looking for her to do in that spot?
Well, it's interesting. In the fall, I didn't play her in one of the fall games, and we struggled. And I looked at the staff and I said, Sabrina will not come off the field unless she's in trouble or needs a break. And that hasn't happened yet. But I believe in Dr. Bench. Like, sometimes you just need a break. Like, you just need a mental break. I don't think she's going to get in trouble. She's a pretty good kid. Some of the things that she's going to have to do just, is mature as a softball player as she continues to grow, and the scouting report gets longer and longer. And, I'm not going to give away her scouting report by any means, but there's some things that she's going to have to learn along the way that will continue to help her contribute for success. She's doing a great job right now. I'm interested to see when she hits a bump. She really hasn't hit one yet. I think that'll be a challenge for her on how she handles that. She's athletic as crazy and can handle the bump. Will she do it mentally? That's up to her. But her physical skills are there, and I look for her to continue in that leadoff spot all year. And I know it's a lot, but I hope she's having fun, and that it's and it's not pressure, it's fun. It's fun, and that we try to turn that pressure into something positive, and it's your friend, and let's get after it. And it the diamond only makes it when the coal gets rubbed to make the diamond, and we'll see how she handles that, and I'm excited about it. I think she can do it.
Kat?
Yeah, and last question. Your next win will be career win 300 for you. Can you talk about your career as a head coach and reflect back a little bit?
Okay, I had no idea, but thanks for that. You know what? I have been so blessed. I've been able to. My sister is a Hall of Fame coach. She's got, I think, 1,400 wins at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. And she gave me my first job, and we went to the World Series in Division II. And then I don't know how I ended up at Alabama, but a big, huge thanks to Patrick Murphy and hiring me to be his pitching coach. And I got to work with some really great pitchers. I got to ask you a bunch of questions early on to learn. You helped me with Chrissy Owens, and then Scott Strickland was the AD at Mississippi State, hired me to be the head coach at Mississippi State. It was my first head coaching job in the SEC. And like I said earlier, you're only a diamond if you get to go against the best and you get that pressure. And man, was that exhilarating, and so much fun to coach against the best players and the best coaches. And it has been really a blessing, and I've been in the right place at the right time, and that's up to the good Lord has blessed me with those kinds of things and those opportunities. And I just want to grab onto those opportunities and be the best I can for all the student athletes that I've had the opportunity to share a bullpen with or share a field with. I've just been blessed to be around some really great athletes. Kelsey Dunn and Charlotte Morgan and Kelly Kretschmann, and just the list goes on and on and on. Stephanie Van Brakel. I hate Holly Ward. I shouldn't have even started mentioning people because the list, I've just been blessed with really great players to get to share the bullpen with and share the field with and share a common, a co-working space, or, get to visit with you even. And it's just been so great. The game's been so great to me. The players have been so great, and I don't have any. This is everybody else's 300. So I hope that I hope they know how much they all mean to me.
All right, that'll wrap things up. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Birds up.